This bill is something that will continue our plan to provide recognition and assistance to veterans in our state, especially younger veterans now who are returning, having served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and now we are trying to help them in their spirit of entrepreneurship in order to create and succeed with small business in Connecticut.
We continue to be focused on creating jobs and strengthening our economy. We do that in ways that are large and small. One of the ways we're doing it today is through Senate Bill 2 by supporting our veteran-owned small businesses. Connecticut will now become, with passage of the bill today in the Senate and hopefully in the House as well, will become the 12th state in the country to provide a preference or set aside to veteran-owned businesses when it comes to state contracting. Our neighbors in New York and Massachusetts have recently enacted laws, and now it's time for us to do the same.
I think Connecticut is really at the forefront of being one of the best states in the country for veterans to call home. Whether it's a program like we're talking about today, making sure that veteran-owned businesses get the best preferential treatment when it comes to obtaining state contracts, and saying to our veteran-owned businesses that we value you and we want to do everything we can to support you and make sure that your businesses are successful, to the other programs that Senator Looney talked about earlier. And that's been due in large part to the great leadership we have in the state Senate and the great folks we've had on the Veterans Affairs Committee.
All that we do here is to support veterans that will allow us to put their sacrifice at the forefront of our mind, and I think that that's exactly why we do this.
Senate Bill 2, we tried to pass this over the last few years, and it's a good start. And I could assure you in the House, downstairs, we will support this bill 100%. I'd like to thank Senator Larson, who is the only woman veteran in this building, for the Navy Blue Water bill. I wrote an op-ed on that, and I supported 100% from our committee screening. It's so important because so many of these men and women are forgotten since 2002 to now. So this initiative, the step-up bill from 2011, the MOS bill that we worked very hard on, extremely bipartisan, we have to continue this because the veteran, he or she serves us unselfishly, that does everything for us, so we have to do the same for them.
So we represent 43,000 veteran-owned businesses in the state of Connecticut. 13,000 of those actually have payrolls. So helping put in action a Senate Bill 2 will not only help veteran entrepreneurship, but it will also help stimulate the economy itself. Our goal is to continue to establish policy like Senate Bill number 2 to help out veteran entrepreneurship and to continue to cultivate as a veteran-friendly state.
So on Monday, I ran the 120th running of the Boston Marathon, and I was running up Heartbreak Hill, which is a fairly difficult hill, and I was running behind a double amputee Marine. And on the back of his shirt, it said, "No feet, no excuses." And I think that that's what we're doing here in the state of Connecticut, is we're not going to provide any excuses for veterans not to come back to the state of Connecticut and thrive.
And the Veterans Committee is all about coming together, working on solutions to always help the state of Connecticut give them one more leg up to being productive in society. So this bill is going to go such a far way to making that happen.
SB 2 aims to provide the veterans-owned businesses up to a 15% preference for determining the lowest responsible qualified bidder. It's really a common sense piece of legislation that will basically help Connecticut, I think, be a role model for the rest of the country in terms of state veteran preference, business preferences.
Any preference that veterans could get nowadays to help them out is good. Veterans have faced being homeless in this state, and then we've beaten that back, and now we've figured to beat back some of the things that other veterans preferences will help them out.